Hello, mis cielitos, and welcome back. Coco and Rosh are here, and we are continuing Ace Attorney Investigations 2.
Hello, Chardon. I have to get into my extremely accurate southern voice that is not at all Genetican. Can't believe I let that happen. I'm betrayed by my own big mouth.
Well, it happened. It's time to tell us everything.
I saw the whole thing. Watched that auction from start to finish.
But you didn't just watch it, right? You took pictures too.
Oh, yeah, about that. So, like I said, I was spying on the whole thing right from the get-go. They was all shouting out bids, and some did win something, and BAM! Down comes the hammer. Head on upstairs and pay, shouts the old ringleader, and then the whole thing starts over again. Anyhow, as soon as that happened, I had to think quick. That's when I ran behind that there statue and hid.
And who was it that eventually appeared?
Didn't see nothing, but I heard something that made me pretty sure it was whoever placed the winning bid. The sweet, sweet sound of cold, hard cash.
I'm not sure I have any idea what that sounds like. The sound of someone counting bills, perhaps?
Anyhow, the deal was you settled your bills up here. I heard two people yabbering for a little while.
Wait, so two people came up on the elevator?
You betcha. My guess is the other one was our friend, the ringleader. Anyway, yabba, yabba, yabba. On it goes for a little while, and then, ah! A scream. Well, that shook me up pretty good, so I hunkered down in my hiding place and tried to stay out of sight.
So you didn't see the moment of the murder?
No, but I heard it real good.
You didn't try and help whoever was being attacked?
Quit trying to be funny, girlie. It don't suit you none. I'm just a dainty little journalist, all my lonesome. You think I was fixing to jump up and save the day?
Dainty.
Edgeworth. True. Well, he would know. He is the one who said that gaudy table wasn't camp enough, so... Anyhow, then there was a bunch of rustling sounds. Right about when that was happening, I got to feeling pretty bad about what I'd done.
That makes sense, I guess. After all, you didn't...
I don't remember getting my camera out. Oh, sorry. I didn't remember to get my camera out and snap even a single picture. Scoop like that drops right in my lap and I miss it. Somebody ought to tan my hide. Anyhow, then a little more time goes by and there's this kind of clattering noise. I'm there thinking, gotta get the shot this time. And so I grab one real quick from in the shadows there.
Did we see this photograph?
Oh, do I have to? Here.
That's... the person in the red raincoat! The one who attacked Kay!
That raincoat is very form-fitting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah? So Kay's raincoated assailant also attacked the victim here in the storeroom. Then proceeded up to the roof where they assaulted Kay.
Oh, it must have been on the mannequin.
There's only one person in this picture. Where's the victim?
Weird, huh? I wondered the same thing. Heard two people, but there's only one in the shot I got. And I didn't see nobody nowhere else in the room, neither. But that's the killer, alright. Leastways, I'm pretty sure it is.
So are we saying the victim disappeared? How did you know it was the killer just by looking?
Because they're literally red-handed with blood. How else would that get there, huh?
And the auction just carried on after that?
Sure did. He just went right along like nothing had happened. Rich folks is crazier than a box of frogs. I'll never understand how they think. She's so right.
Yeah, gotta give this one to her. Funny, I find journalists who struggle to understand as well.
Y'all come back now, you hear?
Action entry and exit. Disappearing victim.
Might as well try.
If the storeroom was the actual scene of the crime, then you'd expect the body to have been up here at some point as well. Huh? Well, yeah. But think back to what Miss Hart told us about how the customers left the auction. Do you remember? Of course. They came up from downstairs, back through the storeroom and... Oh! Exactly. The killer would have had to hide the body in order to avoid its discovery. The question is, where did they hide it?
Well, it certainly couldn't have been in that coffin-looking thing with the chains around it. That would be ludicrous. Shall we try the case?
Emma.
I think it's behind Ford Harrison? Or however they call him?
You know... Emma, if you would mind putting your skills to work for me now. I'd love to! You say what you need, and I'll get right on it. Very well. Then I'd like you to check for blood residue. A lumino test, in other words. Sure thing! Prepare to witness the power of science! I've never seen somebody's eyes actually sparkle with anticipation before.
Aww.
Alright, how about we test the ladder over there first? Based on Miss Hart's picture, I'd say the person in the red raincoat was about to climb it and make their escape. Which means there's a high chance of a positive result. Test an area, just press space. That'll spray a little aluminum on it. And if it happens to land on some blood, you'll see it react just like this. Ugh. Still feels super raw to see it just appear like that. Anyway, that's a positive, but it's still faint. Spraying it a couple more times should be enough to really make it stand out. Yeah, that brought it out nicely. And it made it that much more real. Anyway, I think you've got the gist of how to look for blood traces now, right? I'm sure there's still some more to be found. So why don't you give it a try?
Coco, that was exactly what I'm I love that you're spraying it everywhere but the ladder.
Alright.
Fine, I guess.
And that's how it's done. Take a good look around and see if you find some other places to test with the luminol. You want to test there? Just spray some luminol on any place suspicious. There we go.
My God. Someone spilled their juice there.
Almost looks like a face. We've got a positive! There's blood here! But how come? Probably because this is where the murder was actually committed, I'd say. Oh, looks like some of it dripped through to the floor below, too. There's still places we haven't tested yet. Let's see what else we can find.
Just walk up and spray it on Fender. Ow, man, what the hell?
Oh, careful with that. You can't go around spraying others with luminol. I wasn't about to.
But, like, a little, Emma. Like, slow. Nothing here looks suspicious.
Mr. Edgeworth, blood! But how could it have gotten here? Maybe somebody put something with blood on it in there. Okay.
Oh no, but it was... okay.
For a minute, yeah, it seemed that way. I think that's all the blood there is to be found. All right, and that concludes this phase of our investigation. Blood in the clothes box can only mean one thing. That is where the body was hidden. I'm certain of it. I wonder who won the box in the auction. I haven't the foggiest. Ew, it's a very helpful discovery.
Now, you just told your horse is there. There's no way the body could have been in there.
What do you mean?
I took a look at that there box when I first got in here. Looked to be just about the perfect size for a little hide-and-go-seek if the need arose. And maybe it would have been if I could have opened it. But it was wrapped in chains and locked up tight, and I ain't no escapologist. The murder happened just a little after I scoped it out, so can nobody have put no body in there.
Wrapped in chains and locked up tight, you say? That's odd. Because it doesn't look to be wrapped in chains any longer.
Huh? Well, slap my head and call me silly. Could have swore it was, though.
I think we've examined all we can now. Great! Time to see what's waiting down below!
Shaking a leg already, are we, Miles? Okie dokie. Hey, Game Meister.
Yes, Mr. Fender?
We're about ready to move out, so I want you to stick with me, okay? Can't have you getting lost.
Of course. I'll be sure to stay close.
When did those two start getting along so well?
When he's gentle with the girl who's lost her memory? Why are we going down the water? God, that would be an awkward elevator ride.
Right.
April 5, 7:43 p.m. Committee for Prosecutorial Excellence. Chamber.
Mr. Edgeworth.
This room? This is the auction room?
No, this is the committee chamber. Way to drop right into my lap, Kate Faraday.
You wish.
You got real guts, I'll give you that. Arrest her, man. Arrest her right now.
Wait, but she's...
As for the rest of the riffraff, throw them out onto the streets where they belong. Get him, more! Get him!
You can't do this! This is going way overboard!
Yeah, what she said. Miles, this seem looking good, I gotta say. See how the blind light of justice shines on me?
Why
There's no need for that, Francesca.
Why come you?
She just did it out of habit. With the daddy!
You'll have to forgive me. I meant to hit a certain cowardly ex-prosecutor.
You weren't aiming for him. You were aiming straight at me.
Something keeps getting in my way. Something. Right there. Francisca. So what are you doing here, Mr. Ex-Prosecutor? I still believe Kay to be innocent. And they're supposed to care what you believe. You no longer have the right to an opinion. I am Francisca Van Kalma, and I have no intention of stopping here or now. But you chose to stop by giving up your badge, and so our game has already come to an end.
And then the game just turns off. Thanks, guys. What a good series.
My badge was an obstacle to proceeding along the road I've chosen. I haven't stopped. I've simply cleared the way ahead. And now I'm free to follow that road, all the way to the truth. So don't you think for a second that my conviction has changed. I'm every bit as dedicated as I ever was. You seem to think you know what lies at the end of this road to the truth. In that case, I demand that you show me. I'll explain my current theory first, and if your road fails to lead anywhere, my whip will happily guide it.
Hell yeah.
The victim used her keycard and entered this chamber with her killer. She was then stabbed with a candelabrum by the culprit, and subsequently died as a result. We know the identity of the murderer thanks to the letters she exchanged with the victim. And we know the location of the murder is here in the committee's trial chamber. The blood on the floor of this room proves my theory. Game, set, and match Miles Edgeworth, QED. He seems pretty confident, huh?
She doesn't like the courage of her convictions, that's for certain. And I gotta say, I can dig that vibe. Could even give her a no hard feeling.
Ethic. Well,
Oh, he's into that.
well, Miles Edgeworth, do you think you can bring my case crashing down around my ears? If you really have the true road to the truth, perhaps you'd be so kind as to point me toward it. I'll be very happy to. Settle in, Francisca. I'm about to pave that road with incontrovertible evidence.
God, they're just 2th-year kids, you know what I mean?
Yep. The victim used her keycard and entered this chamber with her killer.
Hold it!
And you're sure the data from the security system is accurate? That data is just like me. Perfect in every way. There's no room for doubt on either front. Well, your theory is far from perfect. I suppose I'm not going to change your mind on this so easily, am I? Correct. As I said, the victim entered the room with her killer. He was then stabbed with the candelabrum by the culprit and subsequently died as a result.
Hold it!
And the stab wounds she sustained are a perfect match with the candelabrum in question. 3 wounds inflicted by metallic spikes of some kind in 3 places simultaneously. Even you have to agree that there aren't many objects that can do that. Furthermore, Grandma has confirmed the murder weapon in her report.
I just love that Franziska calls her Grandma Hertz and not like grandmother or grandma. Like, it's so cute.
Yeah. Then there's absolutely no doubt in your mind that it was the candelabrum. None whatsoever. As for the culprit, we know the identity of the murderer thanks to the letters she exchanged with the victim.
Hold it!
Have you managed to prove conclusively that the letter found on the victim was sent by Kay? I wasn't aware there was any doubt on that front. Are you suggesting it was a forgery? Well, if there was any doubt, there isn't any longer. Document analysis turned up nothing. Nothing to suggest the involvement of anyone other than the sender and the recipient, or of any forgery. Are you saying they found Kay's prints? No, only the victim's.
Well then, how can you say for sure that Kay did the deed?
Haven't you been listening? Document analysis found nothing to suggest that the letter was a forgery. Face it, the letter was sent by Kay Faraday. A fact that more than adequately proves the identity of the murderer. And we know the location of the murderer is here in the committee's trial chamber.
Hold it!
You can prove that the murder happened here in the committee chamber, I suppose. Avankama is perfect in every way.
Oh, who coined that? Was it your dad?
Shut up! Or did you forget that when you handed in your badge? The blood on the floor of this room proves my theory. Game, set, and match, Miles Edgeworth. You eat.
Hold it!
Has the blood been analyzed to see who it belongs to? It has, and unsurprisingly, it was confirmed to be that of the victim. And has it occurred to you that where it was found may not be where the murder in fact took place? How quickly you forget, Miles Edgeworth. Evidence is everything in the courtroom. So please, present your proof that the murder occurred elsewhere. Or kindly stand down. Proof that the murder occurred elsewhere, huh? This isn't a courtroom, but that doesn't mean I can't give her the evidence she so clearly desires.
Yes, Edgeworth, we have been playing the game.
She makes a pretty watertight argument, huh? Perhaps, but she doesn't know what we know. You're right. We've got a certain scientific discovery up our sleeves. And that discovery will show her to the road I've found to the truth.
So it'll be in the last one, and then it'll be the luminol on the elevator, right? The blood on the floor of this room. Oh, you're right. It could be the fourth one.
This one
When
directly
you pressed
mentions
her
the
on
blood.
this one, yeah.
Yeah.
Objection!
If I remember correctly, the blood discovered in this room was located at the foot of the Goddess of Justice statue. Murder under the gaze of the divine, a brazen act, even for a cold-blooded killer. Except that may not be true at all. Take a look at this, if you would. It's a blood stain we discovered in the storeroom directly above the committee chamber. As you can see, the blood we found looks to have dripped through to the room below. And the elevator it dripped down from descends directly to the foot of the statue. Ah, you noticed? And you agree that the murder cannot in fact have happened in this room. I put it to you that the victim was killed in the room above, and only afterward was she moved down here. The Goddess of Justice did not witness a murder. She witnessed a killer trying to cover their tracks.
She's blind, you idiot.
Why is she smiling? Sorry. I was just thinking back to a very similar situation. Well done, Miles Edgeworth. You've proven yourself to be even more foolish than I thought.
Mr. Edgeworth is anything but a fool, sir, and you know it. Youch! Why does he even try? He breathes and she picks up.
Have you forgotten the picture you just showed me? Or are you really that airheaded? Even a cursory glance shows that there was far more blood here in the committee chamber than upstairs.
Ouch. Lips and ignored again.
You're trying to tell me that all of that blood dripped down from above, Miles Edgeworth. If it had, your storeroom stain would need to be 10 times as big. I say the murder happened down here. There's no way it could have happened anywhere else. As insightful as ever, Francisca. But you've played right into my hands. You're so right about them.
You know they were like 5 and what was Edgeworth, like 7, and they were like doing this like on the stairs, like as though it was a pulpit. Like you know it.
Yep. So, oops. You're correct. There's far less blood upstairs than one would expect. The question is, why? A trifling detail in the face of my previous explanation. Alas, your explanation doesn't account for why there was blood in the storeroom in the first place. Sure, you don't think some splatter managed to shoot itself all the way up there, do you?
Whoa, like some kind of crazy fountain of blood? No way.
No way indeed. It's completely impossible. But how about this? What if this explains the difference in the amounts of blood observed? There was far more blood in the committee chamber than in the storeroom above because... Oh, yeah. The victim died of 3 stab wounds. Wounds that would have bled profusely. Exactly. As proven by the amount of blood we found on the floor of this room.
But that doesn't make any sense. Not if she was stabbed in the storeroom. You said there wasn't much blood up there already.
Silence, you half-baked harebrained rookie!
Hey, Hairbrain is a little Whenever I try to do the yelps, the mic doesn't pick it up, so I don't even try anymore.
Yeah. A stab wound bleeds heaviest at one particular point in time.
Oh, I know. When the weapon is removed, right?
Precisely. I believe the body was brought down to the committee chamber with a candelabrum still in its chest. And then, when it was finally removed, it created the difference in the amount of blood we see between the two locations.
But why? What was the killer trying to do?
I imagine they were trying to give the impression that the murder happened down here. As we know, Miss Ringer's keycard was last used late last night. Judging by the time listed in the record, I'd hazard a guess that it was used by the killer when they entered the room to create their elaborate setup. But why would they have needed to do all of this in the first place? Perhaps because a person with a face to hide would fear the storeroom being found in the investigation. If they were involved with the underground auction, they couldn't afford to have the dirty secret exposed. Alright, but with that, we will end this episode right here. Thank you all so very much for coming on by. Hope you have a wonderful time zone wherever you are, and as always, please do take care of yourselves and each other. Toodaloo-hoo!
Cheery!